So this one really caught everyone off guard. At a private dinner in San Francisco with just a handful of reporters in the room, Sam Altman basically dropped a bombshell. He said the CEO of OpenAI in 3 years might not be a human. In this video, we're going to talk about everything behind that claim. The messy rollout of GPT-5, why companies still love it, OpenAI's plan for trillion-dollar data centers, brand new hardware with Jony Ive, and even brain-computer interfaces that could let you talk to ChatGPT with just your thoughts. We'll get into Altman's warnings about an AI bubble, his feud with Elon Musk, why he says he doesn't use Google anymore, and his unexpected views on Gen Z jobs. And here's the thing, that comment about an AI CEO wasn't a joke. It was a blunt statement that summed up the scale of what OpenAI is now building. The idea that the head of one of the most influential companies on the planet could literally be software ties into a much bigger story. OpenAI no longer sees itself as just a model release company. They're positioning themselves as an infrastructure, hardware, and social ecosystem giant. One where AI isn't a tool anymore, it's a participant. Let's unpack the roadmap that makes a comment like that even remotely believable. The company is already moving beyond the cycle of one model after another. GPT-5 did arrive this year, but instead of being the shiny centerpiece, it almost felt like a side note. And maybe that's intentional. Altman admitted GPT-5 came out colder than expected, less emotionally expressive than GPT-4o. Users noticed. Complaints piled in that it felt stiff, robotic, even dumber than the older model. That criticism pushed OpenAI to rethink the whole user experience. Now, personalities are customizable. You can set ChatGPT to feel warm and conversational, or stripped down and ruthless. The point isn't to enforce one default personality, but to hand users control. It's a direct response to criticism, while staying consistent with the company's idea that products should remain neutral. The rollout wasn't smooth though. Altman himself said, "We totally screwed up some things on the rollout. API traffic doubled within 2 days. They literally ran out of GPUs, and ChatGPT hit record highs in daily users." But despite the usage boom, backlash was loud enough that OpenAI restored GPT-4o under legacy models for paying customers. They also introduced new GPT-5 modes, fast for quick replies, thinking for deeper analysis, and auto to switch between them. One day, the auto switcher broke, and users thought GPT-5 had suddenly gone brain dead, which shows how fragile expectations are at this scale. Inside the company, product head Nick Turley admitted GPT-5 felt too blunt. He said he liked that direct style, adding, "I'm German, whatever." Still, he admitted most users didn't, which is why OpenAI added small touches like "good question" or "great start" to make it feel less cold. Even with user complaints, enterprises are embracing GPT-5 at record speed. Startups like Cursor, Vercel, and Factory have already made it their default engine. Box CEO Aaron Levy called it a breakthrough, saying it handles dense, logic-heavy documents better than anything before. JetBrains switched its AI assistant and no-code tool, Kineto, to GPT-5, and benchmarks back this up. Kodo showed it outperformed Google's Gemini 2.5, Claude Sonnet 4, and Grok 4 in detecting security flaws and cleaning up code. For businesses, the kicker is price. GPT-5 is reported to be 7.5 times cheaper than Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.1. For companies running thousands of daily queries, that kind of cost advantage is impossible to ignore. That pricing strategy is deliberate. OpenAI's play right now is to slash costs, flood the market, and eat the infrastructure bill. The company expects to burn through $8 billion this year just to keep things running. The gamble is that enterprise loyalty and scale will stabilize long before the next model drops. This kind of progress is exactly why learning AI today isn't just smart, it's urgent. In 2025, over 51% of companies already use AI. Microsoft, Amazon, Google all have laid off thousands because of it. 40% of people fear AI will take their job this year. But here's what most miss. They're also hiring people who understand AI, can use it, and can build with it. For businesses, freelancers, and creators, AI isn't optional anymore, it's leverage. Those who master it now will outrun the rest. That's why this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you can join the 2-day AI Mastermind, 16 hours with expert mentors learning 10+ powerful AI tools going from rookie to pro. Normally $895, but I've partnered with Outskill, an AI education platform, to give away 1,000 free seats for the next 72 hours. Over the past year, attendees have landed raises, earned promotions, and even launched AI startups, pulling in thousands each month. You'll learn prompt engineering, top tools like Make.com, Agentic Hub, and Claude using AI in Excel and presentations, developing AI agents, automating work, and building AI-powered apps and websites. No matter your role, people from all backgrounds loved it. The training runs 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. both days, and if you sign up now, you'll get $5,000 in bonuses, including the Prompt Bible, a money-making roadmap, and a personalized AI toolkit builder. Grab your free seat now, links in the description, and join their WhatsApp group for updates. And that brings us back to the trillion-dollar vision. Altman laid out numbers that sound unbelievable at first. $3 trillion invested into building new data centers, $4 trillion back in service revenue. His message was straightforward. If OpenAI doesn't scale compute like this, they'll keep disappointing customers. Inference services are already profitable, he said, but training models still drags the business into losses. Strip away training costs, and OpenAI would be an extremely profitable company today. The real question is how they fund it. He hinted at developing brand new financial instruments, not just traditional venture capital or another monster funding round. Think of it as rewriting the financing playbook, because existing structures can't handle that scale. He framed AI as the next infrastructure industry, alongside energy and telecom, and trillion-dollar buildouts are how you prove it. But hardware is also a pillar. Altman confirmed he's working with Jony Ive, the former design chief behind the iPhone, on a new line of AI devices. He described them as worth waiting for, and even joked that if anyone dares to put a case on them, he'll personally show up. It's tongue-in-cheek, but it reveals how seriously he treats the design. Parallel to that, OpenAI is stepping into brain-computer interfaces. Altman said the long-term goal is for people to talk directly to ChatGPT using thought alone. That space has mostly been dominated by Musk's Neuralink until now, but OpenAI clearly wants to compete. The rivalry between Altman and Musk is a whole story of its own. The two co-founded OpenAI as a nonprofit back in 2015. Musk left in 2018 after a failed attempt to fold the organization into Tesla. Since then, the relationship has soured into lawsuits, insults, and direct competition. Musk launched xAI in 2023 and constantly mocks ChatGPT as woke and insufferable. He's tried suing OpenAI to stop it from converting into a for-profit structure. Altman has responded by backing companies like Merge Labs, a brain-computer interface startup, raising capital at an $850 million valuation, which puts it head-to-head with Neuralink. OpenAI itself is exploring a social platform that could compete with Musk's X. And in self-driving cars, Altman's hinted that their new tech may outperform Tesla's approach. The feud is so personal that Musk calls him Scam Altman and Swindly Sam, while Altman says Musk operates from insecurity. It's messy, but it's also pushing both sides harder. Back to OpenAI's own ecosystem. Security and privacy are rising as priorities. Altman revealed they're seriously considering encryption for ChatGPT, starting with temporary chats. Those don't get saved in history or used to train models, but OpenAI may keep them for up to 30 days. End-to-end encryption, like WhatsApp uses, is much trickier for AI because the provider itself is part of the conversation. Apple's private cloud compute is one possible model, but even that isn't perfect. Altman admitted this issue wasn't on his radar at first, but watching how much sensitive data people share with ChatGPT changed his view. He now believes AI deserves legal privileges similar to those protecting doctor or lawyer conversations. Right now, OpenAI only receives data requests from law enforcement in the double digits per year, but he said it would only take one major case to force change. And then there's the market reality. Altman has been open about the risk of an AI bubble. He said, smart people are getting overexcited about a kernel of truth, just like the dot-com boom. His exact words: "Are we in a phase where investors as a whole are overexcited about AI?" My opinion is yes. Is AI the most important thing to happen in a very long time? My opinion is also yes. That duality is key. He's warning that valuations are insane, some startups are unsustainable, and someone's gonna get burned there. At the same time, he insists the underlying tech is transformative. He's not alone. Joe Tsai from Alibaba, Ray Dalio from Bridgewater, and Apollo economist Torsten Slok have all voiced concerns. Slok even argued the current AI bubble is bigger than the dot-com bubble, pointing out that today's top S&P 500 companies are more overvalued than they were in the 1990s. But Altman shrugs off the hype cycle comparisons. He said the dot-com bubble still produced real value, and AI is even bigger. To underline his ambitions, he said if Google were ever forced to sell Chrome, OpenAI would consider buying it. Even in smaller comments, he shows how much his own behavior has shifted. At that same dinner, he casually said, "I don't Google anymore." He claimed he literally couldn't remember the last time he used Google search because ChatGPT now handles it all. Coming from the CEO of OpenAI, that's a direct shot across the bow of the world's biggest search company. Outside of products and markets, Altman has also been reflecting on broader social issues. Speaking to Gen Z graduates this year, he called it the most exciting time in history to start a career. He said a 25-year-old in Mumbai today has more potential power than any previous generation. He even said he's jealous because his own early jobs now look boring compared to what they'll experience. But the flip side is grim. Entry-level positions are shrinking fast as AI replaces beginner-level skills. Millions of young people are now classified as NEETs, not in education, employment, or training. Anthropic's Dario Amodei warned AI could wipe out 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs within 5 years, pushing unemployment as high as 20%. Altman's optimism clashes with those numbers, and it shows how disruptive this moment really is. So, across all these threads, model backlash, enterprise adoption, trillion-dollar data centers, brain interfaces, bubbles, Musk drama, privacy fights, job market upheaval, and even family dynamics, the common theme is scale. OpenAI is trying to redefine what an AI company even is. And that's why Altman's statement about the next CEO being AI doesn't sound like a throwaway line. It sounds like the logical extension of everything they're building. Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll catch you in the next one.